Hi, my name is Brother Jensen, and I've been an early morning seminary teacher for 3 years, and I just wanted to share some of the ways that we've been marking our scriptures using technology in our classroom. Now, most of our class has been using personal electronic devices, so like iPads or their cell phones, with the Gospel Library app. Now, with that, we have been taking the quotes that are in the book of, or the New Testament, seminary manuals, and we were including them right in with our scriptures. And I wanted to show you how we kind of did that and marked up our scriptures. Now, how you mark your scriptures is personal. It's totally up to you how you do that, but just wanted to show kind of the way that we've come together as a class to do this. Maybe help with your studies, whether it's in seminary or just studying on your own in the scriptures. Now, down in the link, or down in the description of the video, I'm going to have a link to a Google Drive folder. Okay, it's going to be this one right here, LDS Seminary Quotes. When you click on it, it'll take you here. Now, I've included the ones from New Testament from last year that should show all the lessons that we did last year, and then this upcoming year, the movie was made in 2017, we're doing the Book of Mormon. So I've started to build the quotes here. And if you click on one of these documents, it shows up. I've taken all the quotes directly from the seminary manual and I've put them in this Google Doc with all the different quotes in them. So now what I'm going to show you is one of the ways that you can input this into your scriptures. Okay, this is using a web browser version, so maybe for people that aren't quite as familiar with using apps or technology, you can just do this on your computer in your whatever web browser you like. I have here on the left, this is the Google Doc spreadsheet or Google Doc that holds the quotes, and here on the right is the scriptures. This is just found at the LDS website. If you go to lds.org and go down to Scripture Study, you can click on the Book of Mormon or whatever scriptures you're putting this in, and can find your way to whichever chapter that you want to study. So I'm here in 1 Nephi. Now, an important part to be able to mark this in your scriptures is to make sure that you're logged in. So you may need to come in here, click this little person icon here up in the right, and click sign in. I've already signed in, so you click sign in, you type in your MyLDS account and your password, and you should be able to log in. If you don't, you can make an account, and it will save all of your markings. So, for example, say as I was reading this, I really like the way Nephi starts off, so I want to go ahead and mark this first sentence. All I do is I highlight it, and then if I'm logged in, I'll get this drop-down menu that can show out what I want to highlight, and I like it, so I'm going to mark it red. Now, there's lots of different ways that you can do this, and if you click on this Edit Note tag, I can come in and I can add a note. I really like the way he starts. Okay, so anyways, there's lots of ways that you can do. You got to make sure you click Save in order for that to be saved. And then if you don't like your highlight with your quote in there, you can just say Edit Note Tag and click on the little trash can here, and that deletes it. Asks you to really delete, push OK, and it deletes it. Now, what I've done is I've taken all these quotes that are in the seminary manuals, I've put them here so that we can quickly and easily input them into our scriptures. Okay, this is one way you can do it. The other way is directly with whatever device you're using the Gospel Library app on. I'll have another movie where I show that, and I can link that in the description. So, for example, what I want to do is I want to put in this right here. So this tells me this is where the quote goes, 1 Nephi chapter 1 verse 2. And then it covers the phrase, the language of the Egyptians. So I'm going to copy and then find the language of the Egyptians. The language of the Egyptians, sorry, right here, language of the Egyptians. And now if I do add note or tag, then I can just paste all that information right in here. So this shows how that now when I'm going along reading the scriptures, this quote can come in here. Now, you'll see in each underlined verse that I want to mark, I've got a description. So this shows this is context. Okay, so this isn't necessarily like doctrine or whatever. This is some either scholarship or some understanding that's gone on to help us understand the context of the scriptures. Now, what I've done is I've gone through and color-coded all these. So for me, for context, I like to put those in gray. So this is a gray highlight showing me that, oh, as I'm reading along, there's some further information that can help me understand this. Okay, so now I click Save, and now that shows up. So whenever I mouse over it, it shows me the note that I made. Okay, now if I go down, I've already underlined a couple. So here's another contextual. This is where I've already put in many prophets, where he links talk about King Zedekiah and the many prophets that were there during Lehi's time. Red is just a color coding that I've had for something that I liked that stood out to me, not necessarily a quote. If I come down here, I'll show you there's another one. These quotes are found here. So this is where I copied and pasted this quote from Elder Jeffrey R. Holland, and I inputted it here. So you can see here's my note. So that's already there. And then also in this seminary manual, it talks about doctrines that we can find in the scriptures, and they summarize these in sentence-long segments. So this sentence right here is a doctrine that teaches us about the importance of God's love for us, that He'll give us, He'll warn us, we will not suffer those who come unto Thee that they shall perish. So this is where I underlined this in yellow. And this quote shows a doctrine that we can gain from the scriptures. Again, if you go down further, this is another doctrine that's here in the scriptures in 1 Nephi 1 verse 8. And then there's also a general conference quote that I added in here, and that's in green and yellow. Now, as we go through seminary, I have all the kids, put in these quotes and these doctrines and help kind of mark up their scriptures. And if you have your account in your Gospel Library account synced to your MyLDS account, now that I've put these in my scriptures here, they'll show up in my Gospel Library app on whatever device I use, as long as I've logged into my MyLDS account on the Gospel Library app, whether that's Apple, Android, whatever it is. And this is really powerful because now I have these quotes and I have these highlights in my scriptures anytime I access from an electronic device. Out here in New Hampshire, we've got missionaries that are using tablets with scriptures on, and that makes it very easy for them, as you go through 4 years of seminary and mark up your scriptures and have all these general conference quotes, that will be very powerful on your mission and life after your mission, to be able to have all these things in there. So I just wanted to show that. Again, I'm providing these quotes from the seminary manual. It's in a link down in the description, and I've been very strict with these quotes to only put quotes from the seminary manuals. I know there's tons and tons of quotes that are great and fantastic that I can put in, but for my seminary class, I've just left it to the quotes that are in the seminary manual. Now you'll notice that some of these quotes aren't in the printed manual, but if you go to the online, lessons, you will see that they have here at the bottom of the lesson, they've got some additional, commentary and background information. So this shows some of the additional quotes and stuff that I've been having my kids put in. And I found it's been very helpful in my scripture study, so not just for seminary students, but anyone can benefit from marking up their scriptures in these ways. So hopefully this video is helpful for you. I'm going to also post a video that shows how to do this on an actual device itself, for those that want to just input these quotes into your Gospel Library app directly on your phone or tablet. All right. Thank you. Have a nice day.